তাহলে উজ্জ্বলতর কর দীপ, মায়াবী টেবিলে সংকীর্ণ আলোর চক্রে মগ্ন হও, যে আলোর বীজ জন্ম দেয় সুন্দরীর।
This is that enchanted desk from which Buddhadeb Basu arose and then fell asleep for the final time. One of the last romantics whose ideas on life and literature were often misunderstood during his lifetime. Buddhadeb Basu, a literary genius of modern Bengal, the most versatile and prolific author after Rabindranath Tagore. There is no literary genre that this prodigious writer did not try his hand at. Poetry, novels, drama, short stories, essays, criticism, translation, children's literature. The bibliography of his books runs into 153 titles. Born in 1908 in Comilla in East Bengal, Buddhadeb was the only child of Buddhadeb Basu and Binoy Kumari. His mother died in childbirth the day after he was born, and his father, unable to bear the loss, left home. Buddhadeb's maternal grandparents brought him up at their house in Noakhali up till the age of 13.
তিনি আমার প্রথম জীবনের শিক্ষক, বন্ধু এবং ক্রীড়া সঙ্গী। তিনি যেভাবে আমাকে ইংরেজি শিখিয়েছিলেন তার কোনো তুলনা হয় না।
Do you see what I see? A bullock cart. On the other side, there is a river. This is a tree.
In 1922, they moved to Dhaka, living on Rankin Street. Buddhadeb entered Dhaka Collegiate School in the pre-matric class. As a schoolboy, Buddhadeb was reserved and spoke little. At such a young age, he already showed mature understanding of literary forms. His first collection of poems, Mormo Bani, or Innermost Speech, came out in 1924 when he was just 16. Buddhadeb dedicated the book to his grandfather, to whom he was very close, but who had died the same year. He then went to live with his granduncle, Nogendranath. He passed the matriculation of 1925, standing 5th in the examinations. In the same year, he enrolled in Dhaka Intermediate College, so for the sake of convenience, he moved to a house in the Purano Palton, or Old Cantonment area. This house and the journal Progoti, or Progress, formed the highlights of his college years. He started the journal with a group of friends who included many budding writers. Among them, Jagadish Ghosh, Amolendu Bose, Monmothonath Ghosh, Porimal Roy, and Ajit Dotto. Jibanananda Das, arguably the finest of the post-Tagore Bengali poets, published 14 poems in Progoti. It also featured some other excellent young authors, such as Bishnu De, Achinto Sengupta, Monish Ghotok, Motilal Mojumdar, Nazrul Islam, and Jasimuddin. At this time, the well-known Bengali literary journal Kollol, or Waves, served as the mouthpiece for avant-garde writers. Kollol printed Buddhadeb's story Rajani Holo Utola, or The Night Became Restless.
আমার মুখের ওপর কতকগুলো খসখসে জিনিস এসে পড়ল। তার গন্ধে আমার সর্বাঙ্গ ঝিমঝিম করে উঠল। প্রজাপতির ডানার মতো দুটি ঠোঁট, নমনীয় স্নিগ্ধ শীতল দুটি বক্ষ, কি সর্বনাশা সেই সুখ তুমি বুঝবে না।
Charges of obscenity were leveled against the story, the first of a series of such allegations that Buddhadeb had to face all his life. These occasioned a memorable debate in print between the illustrious Tagore and the much younger Buddhadeb.
আধুনিক সাহিত্য আমার চোখে পড়ে না। দৈবাত কখনো যেটুকু দেখতে পাই, হঠাৎ কলমের আব্রু ঘুচে গেছে। আমি সেটাকে সুশ্রী বলি, এমন ভুল করো না। কেন করিনে তার সাহিত্যিক কারণ আছে, নৈতিক কারণ স্থলে গ্রাহ্য নাও হতে পারে।
যদিও আধুনিক সাহিত্য তার চোখে পড়ে না, তবুও তাতে হঠাৎ কলমের আব্রু ঘুচে গেছে বলে মত দিয়েছেন। আব্রু ঘুচে যাওয়ার বিরুদ্ধে কি সাহিত্যিক কারণ আছে তা রবীন্দ্রনাথ জানালেও পারতেন। সে কি এই যে ভদ্রশ্রেণী উপন্যাসের নায়ক নায়িকা হওয়া এতকাল যাঁদের একচেটে সৌভাগ্য ছিল, ও নিম্ন স্তরের লোকের মধ্যে সাহিত্যের দিক দিয়ে যে ব্যবধান এতকাল ছিল তা হঠাৎ খসে গেছে? না এই যে রবীন্দ্রনাথ ও শরৎচন্দ্র যেসব জিনিস ইঙ্গিত মাত্র করেছেন, আধুনিকেরা সেইটি একটু স্পষ্ট করে বলছেন?
A month after he released the first issue of Pragati, Buddhadeb joined the BA English Honours course at the University of Dhaka. His famous love poem Konkaboti appeared in the college magazine. In 1930, Buddhadeb wrote a one-act play, Ekti Meer Jonmo, or The Birth of a Girl, and staged it in the Jagannath Hall of the university. The same year, he was awarded his BA degree, and the next year his MA. He ranked first in both examinations, and the marks he received set records. 1930 was also the year that saw the publication of his first novel, Shara, or Reply, and his first volume of stories, Obhinoy Obhinoy Noy, or Acting is Not Acting. Also in 1930, his first major collection of poems, Bondir Bondona, or Hymns of a Captive, despite reactions against its sexual passion, received appreciation from important figures like Tagore, Aurobindo Ghosh, and Dilip Kumar Roy, the sannyasi singer in Pondicherry. In 1931, Buddhadeb left Dhaka for good to make a living in Calcutta.
কলকাতা, যেখানে বহু ভিন্ন ভিন্ন স্রোতে বিকীর্ণ হচ্ছে মানুষের উদ্যম, যেখানে রাস্তার ভিড়ে অনামনিভাবে মিশে যাওয়া যায়, যেখানে জীবনের স্রোত প্রখর, যেখানে সাহিত্যিকও তার মনোমতো সংস্রব বেছে নিতে পারে।
In the big city, he lived first on Chakraberia Road and then on Ramesh Mitra Road.
গভীর রাতে আমি চোখ তুলে দেখি পুরনো পল্টনের রাঙা ভাঙা চাঁদ উঠে এলো ল্যান্সডাউন বাজারের করগেট ছাদের ওপরে, ক্লান্ত, নিঃসঙ্গ, সুন্দর।
The renowned periodical Porichoy, or Introduction, edited by the poet Shudhindranath Dotto, published a favorable review of Bondir Bandana. 1932 saw the publication of the novel Era, Ora, Ebong Aro Onek, or Us, Them and Many Others. It was prosecuted for obscenity, charged with depicting love between unmarried men and women.
আমার তলব পড়ল ব্যাংকশাল কোর্টে এবং তারপর লালবাজার পুলিশ হেডকোয়ার্টার্সে। একজন ইংরেজ নগরপাল এবং আইনজীবী যারা বাংলা জানেন না এবং সারা জীবন হয়তো আইনের বই ছাড়া কিছুই পড়েননি, তাঁদের সম্মুখে আমাকে একটি মুচলেকায় সই দিতে হলো।
In 1934, Buddhadeb joined Ripon College as a part-time lecturer in English. He taught there for 11 years, giving up the job in 1945. After his arrival in Calcutta, Ranu or Pratibha Shom had also come to the city. An admirer of his in Dhaka, she had performed there in a dramatization on the public stage of his novel, Jedin Phutlo Komol, or The Day the Water Lily Bloomed. Buddhadeb got acquainted with her, and gradually their friendship turned into romance. They married in June 1934 and went to Chilika Lake in Odisha for their honeymoon. The visit led him to compose the poem Chilkai Shokal, or Morning on Chilika.
কি ভালো আমার লাগলো আজ এই সকাল বেলায়, কেমন করে বলি। কি নির্মল নীল এই আকাশ, কি অসহ্য সুন্দর, যেন গুণীর কণ্ঠের অবাধ উন্মুক্ত তান দিগন্ত থেকে দিগন্তে। তুমি কাছে এলে, একটু বসলে, তারপর গেলে ওদিকে। স্টেশনে গাড়ি এসে দাঁড়িয়েছে, তাই দেখতে। গাড়ি চলে গেল। কি ভালো তোমাকে বাসি, কেমন করে বলি।
The couple's first child, Minakhi, was born on October 1st, 1935, the same day that Buddhadeb launched the quarterly Kobita, or poetry. The most influential and longest-lived poetry journal in Bengali, co-edited by Premendra Mitra. A number of contemporary poets featured in it, like Jibonananda, Somar Sen, Sudhin Dotto, Bishnu De, and Ajit Dotto. Much of what we revere of Jibonananda was nurtured and showcased by Kobita. In 1937, Buddhadeb moved to 202 Rashbihari Avenue, which he named Kobita Bhavan, where he set up the office of Kobita. It soon became a famous meeting place for all Bengali poets. His second major volume of verse appeared in 1940, Notun Pata, or New Leaves, which contained love poems reflecting his marriage, including Chilkai Shokal. Before Tagore died in 1941, Buddhadeb went with his family to Shantiniketan to see the poet for whom he had lifelong, unlimited respect, and whose work he analyzed so sensitively. For him, it was like a pilgrimage. He published his recollections of this visit as Shob Peyechir Deshe, or the land where I received all. In the aftermath of World War II breaking out, Buddhadeb joined the Anti-Fascist Writers and Artists Association in 1942. and began to show communist inclinations.
আমরা প্রোপাগান্ডা বা প্রচার কার্যে নিশ্চয়ই নিয়োজিত করব নিজেদের, কিন্তু মনে রাখতে হবে এটাই সাহিত্যের সর্বোচ্চ রূপ নয়। সমস্ত প্রচার কার্যই আর্ট নয়। শিল্প বা শিল্পীর একটি নিজস্ব ধর্ম আছে।
While the influence of communism on artists grew, he quietly reverted to his earlier position at the Enchanted Desk, remaining aloof from affairs around him. In 1942-43, two important novels came out, Kalo Hawa or Black Wind and Porikrama or Peregrination, together with the poetry collection Damayanti. Kalo Hawa marked a departure, testing the institutions of religion and marriage. Porikrama used a structural novelty, relating the story of a single day. Damayanti, its cover illustrated by none other than Jamini Rai, was Buddhadeb's third major poetry volume, more concise and stepping outside the self. A dramatization of Kalo Hawa, titled Maya Maloncho, or Delusory Garden, was staged at the Srirangam Theatre and printed in 1944. In the same year, Buddhadeb proposed to the Robindra Memorial Committee the establishment of a Robindra Puroshkar for literature, an award named after Tagore that has attained wide recognition today. Meanwhile, Ek Poishai Ekti, or Each for a Paisa, was published, the first of a series of 18 anthologies of poets under that title. Buddhadeb continued to review contemporary literature and publish informed criticism. On the 10th anniversary of Kobita in 1945, Buddhadeb published a list of 1,800 songs by Kaji Nazrul and wrote that Nazrul remained the greatest force in Bengali lyrics after Sotyen Dotto. In 1948 appeared An Acre of Green Grass, Buddhadeb's survey written in English of modern Bengali literature, and another major volume of passionate poetry, Draupadir Shari, or Draupadi's Sari. The following year, his huge novel, written over 3 years, which many consider as his most powerful, Tithidor, or Auspicious Ties, with its intimate miniatures of middle-class domestic life. At the request of Humayun Kabir, the Union Minister of Education, Buddhadeb went to Delhi and Mysore in 1952 to supervise innovative teaching methods for senior faculty. In 1953, Kobita appeared in a bilingual edition, which met with immediate success. It also featured the young Shunil Gangopadhyay's work for the first time. The same year, Buddhadeb went to the United States as a Fulbright lecturer. In 1954, he edited the second edition of Adhunik Bangla Kobita, or Modern Bengali Poetry, widely accepted as the primary text on the subject. Unfortunately, the year also witnessed Jibonanondo's death in a tram accident. A bereaved Buddhadeb dedicated the next issue of Kobita to him, reviewing his work, and it remains an important source of material on Jibonananda. Although the educationist Shotten Bose requested Buddhadeb in 1955 to take charge of the Department of English in Vishwabharati, Shantiniketan, he had already become deeply involved in the foundation of Jadavpur University under Triguna Sen as an initiative of the National Council of Education. In 1956, he joined the university he had helped to build as founder and head of the Department of Comparative Literature, pioneering this discipline in Asia. He asked the poet Shudhindranath Dotto to join the faculty too. The same year, Buddhadeb brought out a volume of children's verse titled Baro Masher Chhara, or Rhymes for 12 Months, which many regard as his best writing for children. Also that year, after the death of the famous novelist Manik Bandopadhyay, he evaluated Bandopadhyay's literary genius in Kobita. Buddhadeb's 1958 book of poems, Je Adhar Alor Odhik, or The Darkness That Is Greater Than Light, heralded a change in style, more classical, less romantic, and consisting of shorter pieces, including many sonnets. Despite his huge output of original writing, the quantity of translations by him from classical and modern literature is phenomenal. It encompasses works as diverse as Kalidasa's Meghadutam from Sanskrit, Baudelaire's poetry from English, and Rilke's poetry from German, testifying to his eclectic but enlightened understanding of various cultural contexts.
অভিধান শব্দার্থ কোষ অভিপূর্বক ধা ধাতু অনট অভিধা সংজ্ঞা যে শক্তির দ্বারা শব্দের কোষ ব্যাকরণাদি প্রসিদ্ধ অর্থে বোধ হয় সেই শক্তি।
Although none of Buddhadeb's works was cinematized during his lifetime, a film was made in 1988 of his short story Ekti Jibon, or A Life, written in 1960 about one man's lifelong labor to prepare a Bengali dictionary. (1961), the birth centenary of Tagore. Buddhadeb was invited to deliver lectures on Tagore in Rangoon, Hong Kong, Tokyo, Honolulu, and New York. However, this year saw the closure of Kobita.
কবিতা পত্রিকা বন্ধ হয়ে যাওয়ার খবর শুনে আমরা প্রথমে বিশ্বাসই করতে পারিনি। এই পত্রিকা ছিল আমাদের কাব্যজগতে প্রবেশের ছাড়পত্র দিত। এই পত্রিকায় স্থান পেলে আমরা ধন্য হয়ে যেতাম। আমরা মনে করতাম যে বুদ্ধদেব বসুর মতন একজন বিরাট কবি, তার কাছ থেকে স্বীকৃতি পাচ্ছি। আমরা বুকে ভয় নিয়ে স্টলে গিয়ে কবিতা পত্রিকার পাতা উল্টাতে সাহস করতাম না যে ভেতরে আমাদের কবিতা আছে কি নেই। কবিতা থাকলে অপূর্ব আনন্দে মন ভরে যেত। তখন এই পত্রিকা বন্ধ হবার খবর শুনে মনে হলো যে আমাদের পরবর্তীকালের কবিদের কী হবে, পরবর্তী তরুণরা কোথায় পাবে এই স্বীকৃতি। অবশ্য বুদ্ধদেব বসুর উপরে এই জন্য আমরা রাগ করিনি, কারণ তবু তো তিনি দীর্ঘ ২৬ বছর কত রকম পরিশ্রম করে, আত্মত্যাগ করে, সময় দিয়ে এই পত্রিকা প্রকাশ করেছেন। একটা কবিতার পত্রিকা এই দীর্ঘকাল ধরে প্রকাশ করতে যে কত রকম ঝঞ্ঝাট পোহাতে হয় তা আমি এখন জানি। বুদ্ধদেব বসু এই পত্রিকা আমাদের ইতিহাসে বিরাট স্থান করে নিয়েছে।
The poet Subhash Mukhopadhyay said, Kobita was the delivery room of modern poets, and Buddhadeb its midwife. In 1962, the University of Bombay published Buddhadeb's talks in English on Tagore under the title Tagore, Portrait of a Poet. Buddhadeb left Jadavpur University to teach for a semester at Indiana University in the United States in 1963. Afterwards, he taught in New York, Colorado, Illinois, Hawaii, and Japan. Upon his return, he published a travelogue including an appreciation of the painter Rembrandt.
আর্থিক দুর্গতি চূড়ান্ত, তবু তিনি সৃষ্টিশীলতায় অবিচল। মৃত্যুর পর তার সম্পত্তি রইল কিছু জীর্ণ পোশাক, ছবি আঁকার সরঞ্জাম, আর রইল অমরত্ব।
In 1966, he delivered the Sharath Chandra Memorial Lecture on Tagore at the University of Calcutta, and released a play after 22 years, Taposhi or Tarangini, or The Sage and Tarangini, which won the Sahitya Academy Award. In stylized prose, it showed the mythical Rishyasringa's seduction by an enchantress as the awakening of love and suffering and spirituality through sex. Buddhadeb had thought deeply about this play as performance, not just a text for reading.
কোনো এক বিশেষ কারণে এই কিশোর তপস্বীর শরীরে জ্বালাতে হবে মদন চালা। কামাতুর অবস্থায় তাকে নিয়ে আসতে হবে রাজধানীতে, এই চম্পানগরে। তুমি ও তোমার সঙ্গীরা হবে যার স্বর্ণ মেখলা। পারবে?
This success initiated a late surge of drama. From 1968 to 1970, Buddhadeb published 6 plays, 4 of them poetic dramas based on episodes from the epic Mahabharata, and the other 2 absurdist in nature. As a contributor to New Horizons in Bengali verse drama, Buddhadeb proved a worthy successor to Tagore. In 1969, novel Rat Bhore Brishti, or Rain Through the Night, was sued for obscenity. But the court verdict in 1973 cleared him of the charges. In 1970, the government of India bestowed the Padma Vibhushan on Buddhadeb, but he did not go to the award ceremony, nor did he accept the award. During the early 1970s, he wrote a memoir of his boyhood, also the analytical Mahabharater Kotha, or On the Mahabharata, composed over many years, and his last book of poetry, Shagoto Bidai, or prophetically, Welcome Farewell, less emotional and more in the nature of perception. On a March evening in 1974, he breathed his last, leaving behind a revised manuscript of Tithidor lying on his enchanted desk. Buddhadeb Basu is honored today by practicing writers and uninitiated readers alike as one of the giants of Bengali literature.